Hello Internet, James Allen from Out of 8, and today I'm playing management simulation Game Tycoon 2. Game features a campaign with a set of tutorials and 20 missions with set objectives. I'm going to play the endless mode, where you start a new company and then kind of lead it to success. So type in a company name, pick an appropriate logo. No, obviously that one. You can pick a starting year. I'm just going to start at the default 1980, and then you can pick a little avatar person. So I'll pick that nerd. And then a difficulty level, which basically just kind of controls how difficult the competing industries are that are fighting you for supremacy. The game's interface is not easy at all to navigate. All the buildings are accessible from this main map view, and you have to go back out to the map view in order to switch to a different building. There's no like drop down or quick way of getting between things, and it requires a lot of steps to kind of go through all the procedures you have to in order to make a new game. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to my office, and I need to research the first couple of technologies. You need to have at least an output tech and an input tech in order to make a game. So I'm going to do text output and keyboard, and I'm also going to do the beep sound. So I really need to have those go first before I even do anything else like hiring people and anything. So I'm just going to unpause it and accelerate until my research is finished. Okay. That's fast. These two are pretty fast, I think. And then once that happens, I'll pause. The game auto pauses sometimes, but not all the time. As you can see, it does not auto pause when research finishes. It also doesn't auto pause when games are done being manufactured, which is annoying when you're trying to time and meet a deadline to get them sent to the publisher. So let's go out and see a contract. So I want to see what types of games people will want to publish or develop or distribute. So you can do either a publishing contract or a distribution contract, which are basically about the same, although with the publishing contracts, sometimes they want to see the game before it's released and has to have a minimum quality thing. I'm just going to do a distribution one. So you can see there's different types of games. There's different deadlines that you have to have them done by. And then a specific platform that they want it to work on. So I'm going to try to pick something that I'll actually be able to finish in time. This is actually pretty decent. So this isn't due until December. Now the problem is you can't really tell how long it's going to take to do the game while you're looking at the contracts. So what you have to do sometimes, and I'm going to keep this paused, is go all the way back out, go all the way to your office, figure out, you know, all this stuff, what your quality ratings are, and do all of this before you, and then go back and see which contracts are available and if the one is, you know, giving you enough time to complete it, which is really annoying, especially because you have these very large penalties for not fulfilling the contract. So I'm just going to do this first-person action PC game. So I'll sign that contract. Now you can see it up here. So there's your contract. So we'll go back to our office, and I was like, all right. So let's do a new game, and it was a first-person action game, which is already selected. You need to give the game a title, which is weird because like the game title on the actual game is different. Let me just say FPA. You determine the quality of each of these things. So I'm going to give it a lot of gameplay and speed, and then assign how many people you want on this. Now at the beginning, you usually only need to have one programmer, one graphic artist, and one sound designer, and that's all you need. But as you get bigger and bigger, you'll assign more people to that. You select the graphics you want, the controls, sound. You could also do multiplayer browser and other stuff once, you know, things get later on. And then it was PC, so I'll choose the PC. You can choose which languages you want. And then how long the beta period is. I'm going to do a mid-price one, actually, and I'll do a 30-day. So that's going to finish at 8.8, which is well in advance. That's actually way later. That's a year and a half, which is interesting. So this will be, and actually I'll probably do a 45 because I'll have time for it. And then that's it. So you create that. Next thing you have to do is you actually have to hire employees to do the game. So you have to back out of the menu, go over to the university, go look to the bulletin board, and pick a couple people here. So you can see there's freelancers, there's project-based people that will only be hired for that one project, and then there's also permanent employees. I'm just going to choose permanent employees now. We'll do... I'd rather have high quality since I have time to do it. Oh, that guy's really good. Very high requirements, though. I'll just do that guy. There you go. Those are the 3 guys. Alright, so then back all the way out. Go back to your office. Go to the developer's office. Again, you know, this transition should be one click, but it's definitely not. Go to the project board. So you select our little game. You double click to assign the people to it. And then once you do, you press start project and then it goes. So that's what's going to happen. So it's going to go. I can actually, while this is going, go back out and research joystick. Now it costs some money, but the money isn't really that big of a deal. The only other thing is single screen mode, which I don't think I'm going to research that. It's kind of expensive. Alright, so that is all that is researched right now, and that's really all that's available at this point in the game. So now what I'm doing is I'm just waiting for this to finish. Yep. So arcade games. So blah 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 blah. Just waiting for us to develop this game. And once these guys are done with this project, I will go find another contract and then get them started on that one pretty much immediately. Alright, so beta testing starts. You'll see that it auto-paused then. It auto-pauses now, but then it won't auto-pause here in a second. Alright, so that is done. So I'm going to go all the way back out. You go over here to production. You have to click on the packing. So Call of Duty. Pick a thing. Price per game, $1, $1.20 or whatever. Then you go over to production. You pick the game. You pick how many units you want to make. So I'm going to do, let's do 10,000 units on the PC. No copy protection. Let's do a high value quality cover. So we'll initiate the production. Now this is the one that it doesn't auto pause, which is probably the most important, because if you're right up against a deadline, it's really annoying to switch. Okay, so you get that little message along the bottom that says, but it doesn't, I don't know why that doesn't auto pause. Alright, so I'm going to select my distributor. I'm going to make it $20 and release. Yeah, in the finished version, which this is, I give you a little rating, 42, whatever. Alright, so that game is off in the nether regions waiting to get sold. While that's going on, I need to go find another type of game to do. And again, one that I can conceivably finish, that I'll get an actually somewhat decent share in. This is actually pretty good. Jump and run. Minimum quality 60% though. That's the thing, is that basically the quality and the share per game is related. I don't want to do an adult. Children's International is doing an adult game. That's interesting. Might do this one. Build up simulation by 82. I got tons of time for that. So assign. Okay. So that's my only contract now because I fulfilled my other contract. And you can't even like see it. All you can see is the currently active ones. Alright, so now I'm going to go back to my office, Back to the computer. I have to do a build-up simulation on PC, so I'll do a new game. Eventually, you'll get engines, and you can do a sequel to different games, which will make it easier to do. You can also patch games from this interface as well. You can see your sales stats. Unprofitable, because I haven't really unpaused it yet, but... Alright, so what did I say? Build-up simulator. Say SC. For no apparent reason. Again, you get to assign your little stars, and this I got until like 82, so this won't be an issue fulfilling this contract. So let's do that. Again, I'll hire 111. I'll do text. I'll do a keyboard. And I'll do a beep sound again. I'll do it in German and English on the PC. Mid-res, which makes it a lot more expensive. Mid-price, 30-day. So I'll finish this in like mid-June 81, and I have until mid-June 82 to finish. So plenty of time. So we'll create that. Alright, so that's good. Go over to our project board, and we will assign our 3 people. There we go. And then we're going to start the project. Alright, so that's taken care of. Now they're doing something else. I wasted about a week waiting for that stuff to get manufactured, but that's okay. So, I'm going to unpause. And we'll see if we start making some money on sales for the Call of Duty game. Accelerate more. I don't know why they give you so many game speeds. Yeah, there you go. 11,000. Hey, I'm number 1. I won the award for best game of the year. Best gameplay, best graphics. My stock is lower than last month's sale, so we need to go restock that. Let's make another 10,000 units on PC. And now I don't need to do this again because this is already this is already ready to go. So I don't need to re-release it. I just need to, whenever that little message comes up, I just need to remember to make some more stock so we can sell some more stuff. Goods are in stock. So you really have to pay attention to these little pop-up messages along the bottom. That's really where I kind of point my focus while the game is going on. Alright, so that guy's done. That guy's done. Alright, yep. So now they're going to beta test. And it resets my game speed. Okay, they're done. So now the game can be released. So I'm going to go to the production. Now, another thing you can do, which I didn't show off, is you can advertise your games. Do a billboard. Go to a trade fair after 95. PR tours, market analysis, stuff like that. That's really for like if you have a really huge business. Right now it's just the beginning of the game, so it's not. So I'm going to call this SimTown. So there's the packaging. Go up here, do SimTown. We want to do 10,000 units, or 10,000 units on the PC. We will initiate production. All right. So, while that's going on, I don't want to really waste any time, so I'm going to go back. And this is basically the game. It's this endless cycle of looking for a contract, assigning people to that specific game, kind of jiggling with the attributes of it, and then manufacturing it. And it's very, very, very repetitive. And it doesn't really change, although you just get more games as you move further on. Let's do a publishing deal. Something that will... I don't need a super high quality. Role-playing game on the Errata universe. On 83, I can do that. Minimum level of sales 15,000, I can do that. Alright. So now we're going to go queue these guys up for that. So that was a role-playing game on the universe. Which one's role-playing? That one. RPG. Da, 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 da. 1, 1. Text output, we'll use a joystick. Beep sound. It's on console, so it's kind of silly to have. Alright, which one is it on? Errata Universe. Oh, that's a handheld thing. Oh. Yeah, I don't. This isn't until 83, so we can have a fairly lengthy beta period. So we'll do mid-res, we'll do mid-price. Yeah. Budgeted staff costs kind of high, but hopefully I'll make some money off of sales. So 83, yeah, we're plenty fine. Okay, so they're good. So we'll go back to here, select our role-playing game, just all of these same guys again. And you can imagine, like, as you grow your, no, actually, I think I actually increased the programmer and graphic artist to 2. Yeah, maybe I could hire some more. Doesn't matter. It's just a, I'm not going to save this game after I do the video. So let's do... yeah, I'd like to have that. Let's do that guy. No, we'll do that guy. So back to my developer office. All you guys work on that. Start project. Alright. So that is ready to go. There's my income versus expenses, which is not so good. I'm probably going to have to visit the bank, which is over here. You can take out loans, which is probably what I'm going to have to do. You can actually invest in stuff. You can also buy shares in other game studios and publishers and stuff. So, alright, let's go. Actually, I need to go to the warehouse because I'm waiting for these things to go. There we go. Production goes currently. So I really wish it would auto pause then. So here's this guy. I'm gonna send this for $21. There you go. Hey, pretty good. 57. So you have to do at least a distributor deal in order to release it, and you have to do it ahead of time. So the game doesn't really emphasize that a lot in the manual or the tutorials, that you really have to go to the lawyer first to do anything. Otherwise, you're just going to be developing stuff that you can't get a contract for. Now, you could theoretically develop something and then try to find somebody, but that's just luck. That they want that specific platform at that specific genre. Now, when you actually have a lot of money, you can actually go in and, hey, there's me, buy stuff. Buy electronics and stuff for your house and furniture for your house, which is kind of dumb. Here's my house. Guess I sleep on the bare floor, but whatever. Alright, so that is getting sold, and this is getting developed, so... And I'm bleeding out money. Yep. Well, Simtown is actually doing pretty good. Yeah, I only got 1,000 left. Actually, Call of Duty, too. Alright, let's go make some more Simtowns, then. Gotta look at my prices, though. Do another 8,000 on the PC. I'll do another, like, 3,000 of these. Alright. Yeah, money out of stock, but I'm making more. Simtown, number 1. Hey, I'm almost doing good. I'm almost kind of breaking even. And by that I mean I'm like, half. Thanks, Simtown. So these guys are going to be cranking for a bit. Yep, Simtown's out of stock again. They love that Simtown. Actually, how much do I have? Yeah, I've sold 18,000 of that. So let's do 2,000 of this. And let's do a bunch. Yeah, maybe not that much. 30,000. Yep, I didn't select this thing. It's interesting how it jumps so high. I'll just do 2,000. Alright. Well, that's basically it. It's all very cyclical. You know, you go to the lawyer, pick out a contract, go back to your office, you know, make a new concept, go over to your office and queue up the thing, wait for it to finish, go to your production office, make the game box, produce the game, send the game to the distributor or publisher, and then wait for the money to come in, and then do it again. Over and over and over and over and over. You know, eventually you'll research some more stuff, although the research is very slow. Although I can actually research pixel technology. I could buy it for 9,000 and I'll just take 25 days to research it. That's exciting. The interface is very annoying, where you have to back all the way out. You have to learn where things are in your office and in each building. Instead of just simply having a menu you could click here at the top, there's room for it on this screen of just, you know, jumping exactly to the thing you want. You know, why can't I go from here to the warehouse in one click? Why is that not possible? That's my issue with the interface. It's designed to slow you down, which is not very good gameplay. And honestly, the gameplay is not very exciting. It's very repetitive. You know, it's no variety. You're basically just picking different things that randomly pop up here in the contracts. You know, that's basically it. Yeah, they're still doing that role-playing game. We'll fulfill this role-playing contract, and then we'll... Yeah, Call of Duty is finished. Simtown is finished. Research for pixel technology. Is that... Ooh, somebody released another game. Railroad Fight. Call of Duty stock is low. Simtown stock is low. Again, and the messages don't scroll fast enough, especially when you go at the highest thing. I'll do another 3,000 of that. Another 10,000 of that. Well, Simtown. Alright, we're almost done. It's like 4 clicks to get over there. With this. Okay, we're done with that. So, now we can go manufacture that if I have enough money for it, of course, which I don't. So that was RPG. Alright. Yeah, I probably don't have enough money for this. What does my contract say? Doesn't even say. I don't know if there was a minimum amount of games. Let's see. Let me back all the way out and then go back and look. That was actually publishing contract. Yeah, 15,000, so I might as well just make 20,000. So I'm going to have to take a loan out. New loan. Let's do... Yeah, let's just do that. 20,000. That should be enough. So what did I say? Just forgot. 15,000. So we're gonna make. We'll make like 20,000 of Forest Friends. On the errata universe. Whatever that's supposed to be. We'll do a high value cover. Okay, now I gotta wait for that. Which is annoying because it won't auto pause. Go on. There we go. Distributor. Maybe I have to do it. That's right. Publisher. Game. RPG. Submit game. 57. You pass the game and get $89,000 for guaranteed purchase. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, so oh yeah, that's right. Publisher, they do it themselves. So you don't even have to do that. Forgot. There you go. 89,000. Yay. That's the game. So annoying interface, very repetitive gameplay. Can't recommend it. That's basically it. So that's it. That's all I have for today. Till next time. Bye now.